I could just straighten things up and look for anything that's expired, but hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple. I am back in my kitchen and I'm ready to do some clutter maintenance, this time on my pantry. If you've got anything around your house that you want to declutter, tidy up, clean, organize, or maybe, like me, you've got an area that you've already decluttered and organized, but it needs a little bit of maintenance, grab your stuff and come on, and let's do it together. I've got my step stool because I am going to start at the top. It's a good idea to start at the top because if you have dust or anything, when you wipe that off, it's going to fall down onto the rest. And, you know, if you've already cleaned down there, you've made a mess, a bigger mess. I'm going to take all of these paper towels down and put them in either the Lazy Susan or the utility closet. That'll get these off of this shelf, and I'll actually use them. Because right now, they're just sitting up here getting dusty. I don't know what's in here. I'll have to look. We went to Pizza Hut like a year ago. Literally, our anniversary is coming up, and we went to Pizza Hut on our anniversary, and I think they gave us extra plates. Look at that. We didn't use them all, of course. I mean, there's two of us. So I ended up putting them up here, and we never used them. So I'm going to put these someplace so that we won't actually use them up, or maybe I'll just go ahead and declutter them. I think we maybe got this when we went on a trip somewhere, so we kept it. And we've had those Oreo cookies for I don't know how many years, and I don't know why, but Randy wants to keep them. That is part of my Tony the Tiger Halloween costume. So I know, right? So I'm going to leave those things up here because they're out of my way. When you're doing your clutter maintenance, the main focus is clutter, but while you're at it, if you want to do a little bit deeper and wipe things off and stuff like that, you go right ahead and do it. And also, when you're working on a space like this, remember there's several shelves, so you can always break it up into, you know, and do it one shelf at a time. You can do a little at a time. You don't have to do it all at once. I'm going to wet this paper towel, and then I'm going to get up here and try to wipe this out a little bit just to make sure that it's had a little once over, because honestly, I rarely get up here and look in this shelf. The second shelf is where I usually put extras. Like you can see there's a box of crackers there, so that, like if Randy's bought a couple of boxes, because he does the grocery shopping, so if he's gotten a couple of boxes of crackers, that would be where the extra one would go. Since I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead today and take time to wash these things out and resituate and reorganize things. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling all of this stuff out. If I think the sugar's a little heavy, so I don't want to just pull this tray out, but if it's not heavy, I can do that. Like this one, I'll probably be able to just pull it right out and deal with it that way. But this one, I'm going to have to take the stuff out of it. I have a tray down on the lower shelf that has snack type things in it, and I also have snack type things in this tray. So I'm going to take the minute rice out of this one, and I think I'll just grab this. I think this will be the easiest way. I'll just scoot that one back and put this one here. And there are 3 trays here. I'm going to take one of these out for another purpose. And I'm going to move the crackers over into here. And then when I get down to that bottom shelf, I'm going to see if maybe it'll work better if I have all of the snack things in this tray. Randy will still be able to reach them, but I won't, and that'll be a good thing. And then we'll just put the minute rice in there along with these crackers. And then any other of that type of foods can go in here, and that can be that type of overflow, and this can be snacks and snack overflow. And the reason I took this bin out is because this is almost empty. I'm going to make myself a little tray of items that I need to use up pretty soon. You can put this tray back in. That was my first little happy. It's a beautiful Christmas tray that Randy got me one year, but it was so big, it was heavy, and it didn't really fit well into the Christmas bin. So I put it up here, And so every time I open my pantry, I can see it. So if you're new to my channel, that's what a little happy is. It's just something that you like to see, but not all the time. So I tuck it away like in a cabinet or a drawer. And then when I open it up, I can see it. It makes me happy. And I want to keep our plastic cups so that they are easy to access. So I'm going to put them here on this shelf. I could stand them up, but if I do that, then I can't reach them without the stepladder. And we don't use these often, but we do use them, so I want to keep them handy. So I'm going to put them right there. I don't have anything in this tray now, which is how I like it. The reason I have 3 trays here, or did have 3 trays here, is because I wanted to have a couple of extra in case I needed one, just like for today. And I bought the same type, and that way I can store them here. They don't take up any extra space. I know right where they are, and I can grab them out easily. I usually have them with things that are light enough that I can easily take the trays out. I would not put them with canned foods. I keep them with things that are more like this, and so that way it's easy for me to access them, but again, doesn't take up any extra space. So now I'm going to move down to this shelf, and you can see there's potato chips in there. Potato chips don't go in that bin, but Randy put them in there. But that's usually my canned vegetables. Right now, I also have some tuna and chicken and sardines in there. Those used to be in this one, but Randy had a bunch of canned foods that he likes. And so I had moved my canned meats over, but now he's used up what he had. This also would not normally be in there, but I think he got extra on sale, so they kind of got moved into the wrong spots. So both of those are going to get put into a different bin. And then here you can see this really needs to be cleaned off, but this is where, you know, some people have a coffee bar. This is where we have the sugar and Randy's cornflakes, and also he has his mashed potatoes here. He likes to make his own, and he makes them from the flakes. That's what he likes. So I keep that stuff there handy for him. And then over here, I have soups. And you can see another little happy back there. That's just a paper plate, but it was at Thanksgiving years ago, and I liked it, so I put it over there. So now I am going to pull these things out of here and wash those trays, especially this one. You can see I have 2 of these here also for the same reason as that extras up there. And I do use them. Normally, I like to keep my foods categorized. For instance, soups versus canned vegetables, canned meats. But turns out I had a lot of stuff that was either way past its best by date or getting real close to it. And then also this box of rice, which is almost empty. So I decided to use this tray for right now as a place to keep those foods. That way I will make sure that I look here and use these up. Now, the reason I have so many of these actually is because I tend to use mostly fresh and frozen. But we wanted to have some canned foods on hand, and then I thought, well, I'll use them up. But guess what? I didn't. I still didn't. But I need to. I could have put them back there kind of out of the way, but I want to make sure I use them. So I put them here. And I didn't want to move this because Randy knows that's the soup bin. So I think this is the best way to do it. But these I took out. 2 of these are just past their best by date, and the other one's a little bit further past. The thing is, my doctor suggested that I eat sardines, and I tried. But I just don't like them. So I bought more, and I'm like, I just can't do it. And so I'm just going to go ahead and not eat these. I'm going to Google it and see if these are okay for cats. And if my cats like them, they can have it. I'll just try 1 can, and then if they don't like it, then I'll give the other 2 away. But yeah, I just can't with the sardines. My daddy loves sardines. I do not like sardines. I got all these trays emptied and washed out, and then realized I almost forgot my little baking tray. I need to go through that too. I have some toothpicks that want to come open. And I have black pepper. I know that probably doesn't make much sense, but I know where it's at. A tea bag. I think somebody maybe gave me that one. I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and toss that. And I might as well go ahead and toss these toothpicks, and looks like a piece of something in there. I have some food coloring. I'm not going to be using that, so I might as well just go ahead and get rid of it. And we've had these candles for years, and we don't use them. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them, because every time I pull this out, I think, well, maybe we'll light a birthday candle. Maybe we'll need a birthday candle. We haven't needed a birthday candle. Look, see, there's more. We don't need a birthday candle. If we need a birthday candle at this point, I'm thinking, let's just go buy one. I'm tired of keeping those in here. These semi-sweet chocolate chips, I know where they're at in this little bin here, so I am going to leave them there. I also have not used my cupcake things. I got rid of a lot. I kept these few in case I might use them. I haven't used them. So, you know, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it. If I need to get a cupcake, if I need to make a cupcake, we'll just get some. And if I don't have any and I can't go get any, then I'll just do something else. I kept my chocolate chips, my toothpicks, and my pepper. This is where I keep foods that we have opened, but they have like a lid so they can seal. You can see we have 2 jars of peanut butter here that have been opened. So this one, it has the least in it. I've got it at the front, so it will get used up hopefully first. We have some peanuts, we have chocolate milk, and we have this can of Pringles. And I think this can of Pringles has been in here for quite a while. And I don't think Randy remembers to use this one up, because most of the opened snacks are in this drawer. Anything that can't be sealed, like potato chip bag or something like that, if it doesn't have like a lid on it, it goes in this drawer. And you can see we have a couple of things added in here since when I did the little clutter maintenance on this drawer. Somebody gave him some cookies they made, and we went to pizza place. We went to Pizza Hut, I think. No, we went to Domino's, and we got the you know, little special, so we had some extra stuff. So those are in here, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and put the Pringles in here. That way he'll see them and he can go ahead and use those up. This is the bin where I keep our spaghetti and spaghetti sauce. Also, my rice. I had it in the wrong bin, so I put it back down here where it belongs. And we have some mac and cheese mix here. I also have a cake mix and an icing. The reason that makes sense to my brain is because I keep the spaghetti sauce with the spaghetti, and I also keep the icing with the cake mix. So that works for me. So I'm fine with that. I also had a couple of boxes of pasta, and I've had these for a really long time. So I am going to put these up here in this tray so that I will remember to use these up as well. And in case you're wondering, Randy doesn't like most of this food. He does not eat vegetables. He doesn't like any of that. So that's going to be mine, and it's all mine that's going to waste. So I am going to be making meals for myself out of this stuff. I put Randy's chips over in this tray. He knows they're over there. And I put his Hostess things over in here. They do have a shorter shelf life than cookies. So even though I moved those up to a higher shelf, I left these down here so he won't forget about them and not use them up. And over here I have his Miracle Whip, some ketchup, applesauce, and syrup. These are all things that have not been opened. Down here I only have this rolling cart. I have potatoes in this top tray. I have some trash bags here, a couple of smaller bags, and then this one is actually empty. And if we have overflow of anything, I can use this little bench to put it on. But I'm going to pull all of this out, sweep the floor, and put it back. Now I'm going to quickly go through each of these little bins on the door. I want to wash out the bins and check for anything that needs to be tossed or used up pretty soon. I was going through the crackers and I saw bits of them all over the place. I realized this one is open. So that's going to go ahead and get tossed in the trash. And this one was open as well and stuck inside another wrapper. So I'm going to toss that. And these, I think these have been in there for a long time. This is where I keep my salt, my pepper, and my cinnamon. And as you can see, it's made a bit of a mess. Well, this is pretty messy, so I'm going to clean all of these off before I put them back into the pantry. I didn't find a lot to actually declutter from my pantry, but I did have some packaging, including this bottle. I don't know why that was still in there, but it is empty. These crackers that were open, and a few things that I can gift away. The door looks much better, I think. Hopefully you can tell as well. And I even have an empty shelf at the bottom. And here, it's all swept out, tidied up, and you can see back in through here. Now, normally I keep my little trays organized, but sometimes things get a little out of whack. You got to clean them out every once in a while anyway. And when you get a little overflow too much, it can get them kind of, everything's in the wrong spots, and that's what happened. And then also when you have things that are getting to their due date, and if you don't see, or their expiration date, best by date, if you don't notice it, then it could go to waste. So this is going to help me because these things will not go to waste, and it will be here to remind me that I need to do a little cooking. Randy doesn't eat any of that stuff, but I will eat it. I'll just have to make a point to cook it and fix it for myself. And then on up here, you see I don't really have a whole lot up in here, and even less up there. Till next time, happy decluttering. Bye. Oh, one more thing. I almost forgot to tell you. While I was at it, I went ahead and cleaned off the front of my pantry door.